Welcome back to Talk About It in English. Let's fix your Monday morning English right now. It is Monday, 8:55 a.m. You are getting coffee in the office kitchen. The machine is whirring. A coworker smiles at you and asks, "So, do anything fun this weekend?" Your brain freezes. You know you did things. You went to the park, you cooked dinner, you cleaned your apartment, but the English verbs are hiding. The silence is getting long and uncomfortable. So you panic, you force a smile, and you just say, "It was good," and the conversation dies immediately.
I know that panic intimately. When I first moved to Germany, I used to hide in the bathroom on Monday mornings for 10 minutes just to avoid that specific question. I felt so boring because I could never translate my real life fast enough, so I just avoided people entirely.
Stop saying "it was good." Today, we are going to give you a simple 3-step script to answer the weekend question effortlessly, even if you did absolutely nothing.
This is the most common conversation starter in the English-speaking world. If you can master this small moment, you change how your colleagues and friends see you. You go from the quiet person in the corner to someone they actually want to talk to.
Exactly. And the problem is not that your life is boring. The problem is not even your grammar. The problem is that you are trying to be a historian.
A historian?
Yes, you are trying to give a historical report of your weekend. When someone asks, "How was your weekend?" most English learners try to start at the beginning. They think, "Okay, Saturday morning, I woke up at 9 a.m., then I had toast, then I brushed my teeth, then I took the bus."
Oh, that is painful. That is the and then trap.
Right. It is too much cognitive load. You are trying to remember the past tense of wake, the past tense of catch, the vocabulary for toast. It is exhausting for you. And honestly, James, it is a little bit boring for the listener.
It is very boring. Native speakers do not answer this question chronologically. We don't give a police report of our movements from Friday night to Sunday evening. We give a highlight reel.
So we need to stop thinking about a timeline and start thinking about a structure. We call this the Monday morning formula. It has 3 parts: the vague summary, the highlight anchor, and the boomerang.
I love that. Vague summary, highlight anchor, boomerang. It sounds like a dance move.
It is a conversational dance. Let's start with step 1, the vague summary. James, when you ask me how my weekend was, what is the first thing you are looking for?
I am looking for the vibe. I'm looking for the emotional temperature of your weekend. Was it high energy? Was it low energy? Was it happy? Was it sad? I don't need facts yet. I need a feeling.
Exactly. But learners usually skip the feeling and go straight to the facts, or they use the word good. Good is the enemy of conversation. Good is a wall.
Good gives me nothing to work with. If I say, "How was your weekend?" and you say, "Good," I have nowhere to go. I just nod and walk away.
So step 1 is to replace good with a vague summary adjective. You need to have 2 or 3 of these in your pocket, ready to go. You don't need 20. You need 3.
Let's give them the 3 best ones. The first one is for when you didn't do much, but you enjoyed it. You say, "It was pretty relaxing."
It was pretty relaxing. That is perfect. It sounds positive, but it doesn't promise a big, exciting story. It just sets the vibe.
Notice the word pretty in there. We rarely just say, "It was relaxing." We usually soften it. It was pretty relaxing, or it was quite relaxing.
The second option is for when you had a lot of things to do, but it wasn't necessarily fun. Maybe you cleaned the house, or visited family, or worked. You say, "It was surprisingly busy."
It was surprisingly busy. That is a great one. It tells me immediately, "Oh, poor Lily, she didn't get to rest." It creates empathy.
And the third one is for when you really just stayed home and did nothing special, but you want to sound cool about it. You say, "It was very low-key."
Low-key. That is a native speaker favorite. Low-key just means quiet, simple, no drama, no big events. It was pretty low-key.
So right there, you have escaped the good trap. If you just said it was pretty low-key, you have already done better than 90% of learners, but you can't stop there. If you stop there, it's still a little bit short.
Right. You have set the stage, but now you need to put one actor on the stage. This brings us to step 2, the highlight anchor.
This is where most people panic. They think they need to tell a whole story. I went to the cinema, we saw this movie, the movie was about a bear, and then we ate popcorn. No, stop.
The listener is making coffee. They have to go to a meeting in 3 minutes. They don't want the plot of the movie. They want one anchor noun.
An anchor noun is one concrete thing you can attach your weekend to. It gives the other person something to visualize.
The formula for this is very simple. You use the phrase, I mostly just plus a verb, or I finally plus a verb.
Let's try I mostly just. This is for the low-key weekend. You say, it was pretty low-key. I mostly just caught up on sleep.
Caught up on sleep. That is a great phrase. It is a chunk. You do not need to analyze the grammar of catch up on. Just memorize the chunk. I mostly just caught up on sleep.
Or maybe, it was pretty low-key. I mostly just stayed in.
Stayed in, phrasal verb. It means I did not leave my house. And notice, James implies that as a choice. I mostly just stayed in. It sounds confident.
Now, what if you actually did something? You do not need to list everything. Just pick one highlight anchor. For example, it was pretty relaxing actually. I finally saw that new Marvel movie.
See what you did there? You did not tell me the plot. You just dropped the anchor, Marvel movie. Now I have a choice. I can ask you about the movie, or I can just nod. You made it easy for me.
Exactly. Or, it was surprisingly busy. I had to help my sister move house.
Ooh, moving house. That is a strong anchor. Everyone knows that moving house is terrible, so immediately I feel a connection with you. I might say, oh no, that is the worst.
The key here is that you are picking one thing. You might have done 10 things. You might have gone grocery shopping, called your mom, watered the plants, and helped your sister, but you only mention the sister.
This is really about editing. Being fluent in English is often about editing your life down to the most interesting parts. We are not lying. We are just selecting the headline.
Think of it like a newspaper. Step 1 is the section of the newspaper. Sports, business, arts. That is relaxing, busy, low-key. Step 2 is the headline. Man helps sister move. You do not read the whole article unless someone asks for it.
That is such a helpful way to think about it. I think the reason I used to hide in the bathroom was that I thought I had to read the whole article. I thought I had to explain why I was helping my sister and where she lived and how many boxes she had.
And that is where the grammar mistakes happen. When you try to explain complicated context, you get stuck in complex sentence structures. When you stick to the headline, you can use simple past tense. I helped my sister. I saw a movie. I stayed in. Simple is strong.
So we have the vague summary, it was pretty low-key. We have the highlight anchor, I mostly just read a book. Are we done? Can I walk away now?
Not yet. If you walk away now, you are polite, but you are not connecting. You have answered the question, but you have not built a bridge. Step 3 is the boomerang.
The boomerang, you throw it out and it comes back.
Conversation is like a game of tennis. If I hit the ball to you and you catch it and put it in your pocket, the game is over. You have to hit it back.
But this is where learners often use the robot phrase. They say, and you?
And you is grammatically correct. It is fine. But it feels a little bit stiff. It feels like a textbook.
It functions, but it does not flow. We want something that sounds a bit more casual, a bit more interested.
The best boomerang phrase is, how about you? Did you get up to much?
Oh, that is advanced. Did you get up to much? Let's break that down. Get up to just means do. Did you do much? But get up to sounds so natural.
It implies activity. Did you get up to much? It's a friendly way to ask if they were busy or relaxed.
And the beauty of did you get up to much is that it is a yes-no question technically, but it invites them to share their highlight anchor.
Another great boomerang is simply, how was yours? Do anything nice?
Do anything nice? I say that probably 20 times every Monday. Do anything nice? It's short, it's friendly, and it is optimistic. You are assuming they did something nice.
So let's put the whole formula together. Step 1, vague summary. Step 2, highlight anchor. Step 3, boomerang.
It sounds like this. It was pretty relaxing, actually. I mostly just caught up on some reading. How about you? Do anything nice?
Listen to the rhythm of that. It takes about 8 seconds. It's not a speech. It's a ping pong ball.
And the best part is, once you throw the boomerang, the pressure is off you. You can relax. Now they have to talk. You have successfully survived the Monday morning panic.
Before we role-play some more specific scenarios, I want to talk about the nothing weekend. This is a huge source of anxiety for our listeners. James, what happens if you honestly, truly did nothing?
I think we have this fear that nothing means we are lazy or boring, but actually, as an adult, doing nothing is a luxury. Native speakers love bragging about doing nothing.
Yes, we love it. If you say, I did nothing, with a sad face, you look sad. But if you say it with a happy face, you are a champion.
So use the formula. Vague summary, it was amazing. Highlight anchor, I did absolutely nothing.
I literally did not leave the house.
And the boomerang, it was exactly what I needed. How was yours?
See, that is confidence. I did absolutely nothing is a valid activity. Do not be ashamed of it.
I think the delivery matters a lot there. If you mumble and look at your shoes, it looks like you are hiding something. If you smile and stretch your arms, it looks like you had a spa day at home.
Let's try a different scenario. Let's try the too busy weekend. This is for when you are exhausted on Monday morning.
Okay, vague summary. It was surprisingly hectic, to be honest.
Hectic. Good word. It means busy and a little bit chaotic.
It was surprisingly hectic. I had a bunch of family visiting from out of town.
There is the anchor. Family visiting. You do not need to list who they were. Just family.
Boomerang, I am actually glad to be back at work for a break. How was yours?
That is a great little joke to add. Glad to be back at work. It builds camaraderie. You and your coworker are in the same boat now.
Notice that in all these examples, we are using I statements, but we are keeping them short. We are not hijacking the conversation.
A common mistake I hear is when learners try to use this time to practice their English too hard. They think, oh, a native speaker, I must practice for 5 minutes.
Oh, please don't. Not at the coffee machine at 8:55 a.m. Read the room. The Monday morning chat is a ritual. It is not a deep interview. It's just a little check-in to say, we are humans, we are not robots. Okay, let's work.
That is such an important point. This conversation is functional social glue. It is not a confessional. If you had a terrible weekend, maybe you broke up with your partner or you were sick, you have to be careful.
Yeah, the too much information trap. If you say, oh, it was terrible, I cried for 2 days, your coworker is going to panic. They just wanted coffee.
So even if you had a bad weekend, you can use the vague summary to protect yourself. You can say, it was a bit rough actually. I was feeling a bit under the weather.
Under the weather. That means sick. It's a polite way to say I felt bad without describing your symptoms. Please do not describe your symptoms.
It was a bit rough. I was just feeling a bit under the weather. But I'm better now. How was yours?
You see, you acknowledged the truth. It was bad, but you pivoted immediately to the boomerang. You protected the vibe of the office.
This leads me to a question I get asked a lot. What if the other person gives a one-word answer? What if you ask, how was yours? And they just say, good.
That happens. Sometimes people are grumpy. Sometimes they are not morning people. If you throw the boomerang and they drop it, do not pick it up again. Just say, glad to hear it, and walk away.
You do not need to force the conversation. If you used the formula, you did your job. You are polite, you are open, you are fluent. If they don't want to talk, that is on them.
Exactly. Don't take it personally. But usually, if you give a little bit, if you give that highlight anchor, they will match your energy. If you say, I saw the new Marvel movie, they will say, oh, I heard that was good. You gave them a hook.
Speaking of hooks, if you are enjoying this breakdown of real-life conversation, you should double-check that you are subscribed to the channel. We take one of these tiny, stressful moments every week and break it down just like this. If you want to handle your life in English and not just your grammar homework, hit that subscribe button.
It really helps us know which topics you need the most help with.
Let's go back to the highlight anchor for a second. I want to give a few more examples of good just-verb combinations. We used, I mostly just caught up on sleep. What else is a common weekend activity that is hard to explain?
What about running errands?
Oh, that is a big one. You went to the bank, the post office, the grocery store, the pharmacy. Do not list them.
Please do not list them. Just say, it was pretty busy. I spent the whole time running errands.
Running errands. It sounds so professional and adult. I was running errands.
Another good one is pottering around. This might be more British, but I use it all the time. I just pottered around the house.
Americans might say puttered or just did chores, but pottering implies you were doing little things. Fixing a shelf, watering a plant, tidying a drawer. It's a nice, cozy word. I just pottered around.
Or how about the social butterfly weekend? You saw friends.
Vague summary, it was really nice. Highlight anchor, I caught up with some friends from university.
Caught up with. We use this constantly. It means we met, we talked, we exchanged news. I met some friends is okay. I caught up with some friends is natural.
And the boomerang. It's always nice to see them. How about you? Did you do anything fun?
Notice Lily added a little reaction to her own story there. It's always nice to see them. That is a tiny detail, but it makes you sound so fluent. It closes the chapter before you throw the boomerang.
It signals that you are done talking. It was nice, I caught up with friends, it's always good to see them. How about you?
That pause is the signal. It is the green light for the other person to speak.
Now, I want to talk about the physical aspect of this interaction, because when we panic, our bodies freeze up too.
Oh yeah, the deer in headlights look. Shoulders up, eyes wide, holding the coffee cup like a weapon.
When you are about to deliver your script, I want you to physically relax your shoulders. If you look tense, your English will sound tense.
A great trick is to use the coffee making time to think. While the machine is pouring, do not just stare at it. Use that 5 seconds to pick your headline.
Ask yourself, what is my vibe? Okay, my vibe is lazy. What is my anchor? My anchor is Netflix.
So when the coffee is done, you turn around and you are ready. Oh, it was great. I just binged Netflix all weekend.
Binged, great vocabulary word. It means you watched many episodes in a row. I binged a whole series.
You know, talking about this makes me realize how repetitive our lives actually are. We basically only have 4 types of weekends: lazy, busy with chores, social, or travel.
That is the secret. You think you need infinite English to talk about your life, but you really only need 4 scripts. If you master the script for lazy and the script for busy, you are covered for 90% of your Mondays this year.
That is incredibly liberating. You do not need to be a poet. You just need to be prepared.
Let's talk about the travel weekend quickly. If you actually went away, that is the one time you are allowed to be a little bit more descriptive.
True. If you went to Paris, you cannot just say, "It was okay, I went to a city."
Right, but you still want to keep it to the highlight anchor. Do not give the itinerary.
Vague summary: it was incredible. Highlight anchor: we went away to the coast for a couple of days.
We went away. That is the chunk. We went away for the weekend.
And then wait for them to ask. If you say, "We went to the coast," they will almost certainly ask, "Oh, where did you go?"
And that is when you give the detail. We went to Brighton. We went to a little cabin. Save the detail for the follow-up question.
This is a golden rule of conversation. Make them ask for the detail. It makes them feel curious and engaged. If you force the detail on them before they ask, you are lecturing them.
It is about consent, really. Conversational consent. By giving the headline, you are checking. Are you interested in this topic? If they ask a follow-up, they are saying, yes, tell me more. If they just say nice, they are saying, no, I am busy.
And both are fine. If they say nice and move on, you successfully completed the social ritual. You win.
I want to practice the transition from the anchor to the boomerang one more time, because that link needs to be smooth.
It is often just a connector word like but.
Yes, it was busy. I helped my sister move, but it's done now. How about you?
The but signals a shift. It was relaxing. I read a book, but the weather was terrible. How was yours?
But anyway, that is a very useful phrase. But anyway, enough about me. How was your weekend?
Enough about me. That is charming. It shows you are humble. I just slept, but enough about me. Did you get up to much?
So let's review the mental checklist for next Monday.
8:55 a.m. You hear the coffee machine.
Step 1, check your vibe. Relaxing, busy, low-key.
Step 2, pick one anchor. Sleep, errands, friends, movie.
Step 3, throw the boomerang. How about you?
And remember, if you forget the words, if you panic and forget low-key or errands, just fall back on the simplest version. It was nice. I just stayed home. And you?
That is still 1,000 times better than just good. I just stayed home is a sentence. Good is a sound. Speak in sentences, even simple ones.
And smile. Honestly, if you smile and say, I just slept, you look like a happy, well-rested person. If you frown and say, I just slept, you look depressed. The delivery sells the script.
Before we go, I want to give you a specific challenge for this week. We call it the No Good Challenge.
This is a tough one. For the next 7 days, you are strictly forbidden from using the word good as a complete answer to how are you or how is your weekend.
You have to replace it. Use pretty relaxing. Use busy. Use all right. Use not bad. Use anything except the naked word good.
It is going to feel weird at first. You will catch yourself about to say it. You will have to pause.
That pause is where the learning happens. In that pause, your brain is searching for a real word. That is how you get fluent.
And pay attention to how people react. I guarantee you, if you say, it was surprisingly busy, people will stop and look at you. They will engage. You will start having actual conversations.
It is a small change that changes everything. Monday morning does not have to be scary. It is just a game of tennis. Pick up the ball and hit it back.
You've got this. No detailed police reports, just a headline and a boomerang.
Good luck with your Monday mission. Let us know in the comments which vague summary word you used.
Low key is the best one. Trust me.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See ya.